Hi, I'm Chelsea,
I'm Naomi.
and we are going to show you an ELR from Starfall Educators called Learning to Read.
So it's really easy to find if you go to your web browser and just type in Starfall, then enter, and it's the first one to come up. So there are a lot of different ones, but click the first one, and then there are 4 different stages, and they all help with reading. But we thought the most interesting and the most useful was the Learn to Read. But obviously, depending on the level of your students, you can have them play with the different ones as well. So in Learning to Read, there are a bunch of different activities you can do to help with the letter sounds. Something interesting is that it practices sight words and the short vowels, long vowels, 2 vowels, and then the consonant sounds as well. So it kind of mirrors what I've seen being done in my classroom as far as teaching phonics and teaching the sounds of the different letters and how to blend them together. Chelsea's going to show us some of the things we can do.
If we click on the start, it'll take us to the AN family. And our job is to choose the onset to pair with the rhyme. So for example, if it's can, you would click on the C, the k, and make can.
Pan.
Now for pan, if I accidentally chose the C, it wouldn't let me place the letter there. So I have to choose the correct letter to continue.
Pan. Ran.
And it's nice that it shows you the picture of what it's doing. It says it so you can hear it and then you can see it. So there are 3 different ways that you're seeing and playing with the word, which is a good way to help see the pattern and remember these things.
Fan. Good job.
Now that we've completed all 4 words, it will review what we have accomplished.
Ran.
And at this point, you could either print out your records or click the green arrow to go back to the main screen.
The thing is that if you print, it's great. You can have the words you know, but from a teacher or parent perspective, you don't log in as a student, so there's no name attached. So it would be just a page of paper coming out of the printer with those words, and it might not be the most useful. Also, you can start anywhere you want, and so as far as teacher progress reports, there are not so many of those. So the print option is only so helpful. Now that we've learned those words.
So under the play section, they have very similar games where you choose the letter to complete the correct word. But moving on to the book section, you click on the book you would like to read, and you can either read it or listen to it by clicking on the arrow. And I'll show you how to do that. So if we click on Zach the Rat,
which you may have noticed, the Zach and the rat, they are the sounds that you're practicing.
Short A makes this kind of sound.
And there's a nice little song at the beginning to show us what we're reading.
So notice if you click on the words, it will read the words for you. And to continue, you click on the green arrow. And for reading, Zach is a rat. If you're having difficulty reading the sentence, you click on each word again, and it'll read it to you. Separating the sounds.
Is a rat.
And then continuing on to the next sentence. And you can do the same.
And these stories are kind of like the decodables in the sense that they're not very interesting. They're just practicing a certain sound pattern. So here it's that short A with at or an.
And the good thing about being able to click on the word is if you can read some of the words and you're just stuck on 1 or 2, you can just click on that word to figure out how to pronounce the word instead of clicking on the whole sentence. So you can continue with the story. If you're done with the story, you can click the back arrow or close it out and go back to the main screen.
And they also have some fun videos. So the first one is about the alphabet, moving left to right, so that's how you read. Or this was kind of fun, learning about the lonely vowels. So you see it takes some time to load, but we'll let you listen to a moment of this. You can see the horses are coming in. It's kind of like Home on the Range. So it's a familiar tune, and you can see the 2 vowels.
And it's nice having a movie paired with the academics because it makes it very easy to remember.
At the end of a word, we're alone, but we want to be heard.
And as you can see, it's a very simple video, but it gets the point across.
And it's fun and kind of cute.
Go and no.
So these vowels are lonely because they're the only vowel in the word.
In he, she, and we, when you happen to be me.
And as we discussed in our classes, it's nice to pair the academic content with music to make it also easier to remember.
Yes. And once they're roasting marshmallows and it's done, you can click the arrow and it will, then you have to, so now you have an activity, another game.
Click on the words that end with O.
So it gives you the instructions to click on a word that ends with O, but you
No.
So you can click it and it reads it to you and it will go down, or you can just,
So.
you can't drag it, just click it. And if you click the wrong one, it shakes a little bit, so can't go there.
Go.
And there's the last one.
Way to go.
And you can either click the arrow.
Did you like this movie? Not really. Kind of. Yes.
We thought that was pretty cool because it's letting them know automatically what you're thinking as soon as you're finished with it. So that was kind of handy. You don't have to do that. You can just close. Whenever you want to go back to the main screen that we were at with all the different stories and activities, you just click the X, and here you have a bunch of other stories and games you can play. And once you feel pretty comfortable with this, you can then easily advance to the next level.
And a downside about this ELR is that a teacher will have to be monitoring every step because the student can get lost in some of these games and may have trouble getting back. And also setting it up, the teacher will have to set it up
Yes.
and type in the URL.
Yes, so it's probably easiest for it, but if you go to the Educators tab at the bottom, it does show you the different things that the students are focusing on in the ELR, so it gives you a fun motivation, and then it tells you, about the phonemic awareness and the vocabulary, fluency, comprehension, so the different things that they've incorporated with additional links in order to continue helping with those different areas. So that is helpful as far as a parent or an educator and how to incorporate Starfall into the classroom.